Welcome to Uncle Al's Time Capsule in beautiful downtown Mount Dora, Lake County's largest movie collectibles store. From authentic autographs to our exclusive line of San Francisco music boxes, Uncle Al has everything for the movie memorabilia collector. Big band CDs digitally remastered for the finest sound quality. Looking for a unique gift? How about an autograph of their favorite celebrity? Visit Uncle Al's in downtown Mount Dora or visit our website at www.sign-here.com.
Hi, I'm Caitlin from Uncle Al's Time Capsule, home to one of the largest collections of entertainment autographs of Hollywood's golden age here in Central Florida. Come and visit us at our gallery at 140 East and 4th Avenue in beautiful downtown Mount Dora, or visit us at our website www.sign-here.com. That is www.sign-here.com. We will be more than happy to help you with all your autograph wants and needs.
Oh, this is so good. I love this place. I come here all the time. Actually, you can walk in here and a couple hours later you leave. There's just no end to all the things. It's a retro store. It's called Uncle Al's Time Capsule, and you got to get a load of this. I happen to be very lucky. Al's a buddy of mine, and I'm going to be asking Al a lot of questions today and see if we can get some. There's got to be a million stories in this room.
And you are?
Will you stop? I want to step on your foot.
No. I probably have a million stories. I've been told that. But it's, you know, if you're going to be in business, you might as well do something that everybody enjoys.
Okay.
And I have a great time every time I come to work. So
yeah.
I've had a great time. We've been in Mount Dora now for 10 years.
10 years here.
10 years celebrating, yeah.
Building.
And during that time, we've had a celebrity just about each and every month come and visit us. And, you know, sometimes visit with our customer base, and you know, we've been written up in everything from British tour magazines to you know, the place to come to, and it's been very flattering. It
well,
really
you
has.
know, and with each item there has to be a special story. Like for example, we'll say Betty Boop. Tell me something about Betty Boop.
I think we have the largest Betty Boop collectibles collection in the county, and one of the things we do sell quite a bit of it. We tend to look for the more unusual than just the mundane. It's not just coffee mugs or doilies. We tend to look for something a little bit more unusual because the sophisticated collector demands that. So we try to come up with something a little bit more unusual. And since Betty is, let's say 1920, so she's probably, what, 90 years old? You know, we got to be nice to her.
Yeah.
So.
I know my wife's a fan. I am. I mean, my daughter. And also she's easy to draw. So
yeah,
years,
you know,
people.
Yeah. You know, remember you know, when she first came out in cartoon form in the 1920s, it was all pen and ink. You know, it was all Max Fleischer stuff, and she was really the first cartoon sex symbol, if there is such a term.
Yeah, such a term. I know. And also, you got Betty Page.
Yeah, Betty Page is very collectible. It's kind of a funny thing. There are things that happened long ago that always have a resurgence. And the odd thing with Betty Page is that she was a model during the late 1940s. Did some risque things, but which by today's standard we'd all kind of laugh at.
Right.
But the kids, the young girls, seem to have embraced, you know, Betty Page's look, her style, her, you know, her whole attitude, and it's kind of interesting to watch those kind of things go through. So of course we carry it.
Yeah, I'm mesmerized with all. I mean, all the films, the old films that you have here.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it makes it more interesting. I tend to relate more to the music of the 40s and 50s and as well as the films. I think they were better then. I think you had people like Betty Davis and Joan Crawford who actually had, you know, a 40-year career as a star in the movies based on, you know, where today, you know, in 20 years are we even going to know who, you know, Matt Damon is?
Well, I mean, you know, the moral messages, some of the films they always had a real strong moral message. Like there was one that you were talking to me a little bit about, I think it's A Beautiful World, and there was a little girl in that film.
A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life.
Excuse me.
Wonderful Life was actually Jimmy Stewart's favorite movie. And the thing about it was a financial failure when it first came out. It didn't become a cult movie until after the movie passed into what's called public domain, which, you know, in a simple term, public domain basically means you can show it for free. The minute you can show it for free, every television station says, well, let's pick it up. It was run at Christmas time. The people, the plot, the entire thing has become so part of the American culture that anything or anybody associated with the movie has become beloved.
Yes.
We were fortunate enough a month ago, we had the little girl who played Zuzu in the
Okay.
movie. Now, most people wouldn't know her name. It's not a, you know,
I see.
a big star name, but she had the best line in the movie. She was the one that said, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Yeah.
And we have a number of items that she signed to us that way, and that's really how we maintain our inventory. Every celebrity that comes here, we at least do between 100 and 200 items that they...
I don't want to neglect the fact that we had a special gentleman play some music for us today, Mr. Dan Kyle.
Yeah, I love Dan, and you know, as one of my functions in Mount Dora, I serve on the Chamber of Commerce Executive Board. I've been past president of the Rotary, and I have the distinct honor being president of the Library Association.
Right.
And we do a lot of programs to benefit the library because, let's face it, in this era of, you know, tax squeezing and all like that,
Right.
it's tough to fund some of the programs that are so necessary, especially children's programs. And that's why I like Dan so much, is because that program is such geared to children for both music and reading.
Yes, well, the music that Dan plays is absolutely incredible in terms of, you know, his library piece for the book show that he does, educating children. I did want to say there are things in here that remind us of us being children. And
Well, that's what it's supposed to do. We're supposed to provoke a good memory as people walk around, whether you're seeing, you know, pictures of Howdy Doody,
Right,
or
there you
whether
go.
you're seeing, you know, pictures from The Wizard of Oz or from Gone with the Wind, or just about anything that we hope to do. We specialize in it's an unusual item. We actually my wife Irene designs all of the displays here because I basically have no taste and no sense of style, so I let her do that, and I've been very lucky in the fact that it just keeps getting better every year. If you notice, everything from Roy Rogers, all the classic cowboys, John Wayne. We've got some great items over here from Sky King and Gene Autry. I mean, it's just a potpourri if you're the Western collector. And of course, if you like Seinfeld, we have the Soup Nazi. Probably our best seller, bar none. And when we have him in here, we always have a crowd, and he's always very happy to write "No soup for you." And what would the store be without our Elvis Presley section? King of Rock and Roll actually sells very well for us. So if you're looking for some kind of a little trinket, we definitely would have it here. You just want to kind of look and see what's out there. And of course, Marilyn Monroe, another very popular collectible. And you can see my favorite cookie jar. I actually love this cookie jar because it really kind of captures her.
Say the thing about it again.
This is my favorite cookie jar. It is Marilyn Monroe. Her head does come off, which shouldn't detract from it, but ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, we have here, these are checks that were written by Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball. Very uncommon, but for the collector, they actually can know that these things were filled out by them during their heyday, if you notice that they're from the 1950s, and you know, that they're absolutely authentic. Nothing says authentic than getting the person's check. And if you're Andy Griffith fans, we have a great selection of Andy Griffith items, from his personal checks to photos of Don Knotts, Howard Morris, Goober. It's just, again, an American iconic images that we like to promote, and people seem to like them.
Go ahead.
People seem to like the movie posters, but we also do ensembles and custom framing here. All of our framing is archival. Most of the pieces that we have here are museum pieces, so they have to be handled just in the right way. We use acid-free materials, plexiglass rather than glass, but the items are very retro, very cool, and would look great in any TV room or you know, home theater. You know what we can do? We can do the Andy Griffith. There's always something to say about that.
The baby's in the kitchen.
Over here. Down there. Can we do that? Oops. Here's Andy.
I got the road apple.
We have a lot of sci-fi items, especially from the 1950s and 60s, as you can see, because it's one of my favorite items. And it seems that I'm not alone. We sell a lot of this stuff. And again, they're all custom framed, matted. This particular one is framed in suede. So for those of you with a peculiar taste, a peculiar item.
Baby's in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I would probably say the same thing about Kim Miller. You know, man, I'll tell you, she's hot.
She's up in Washington. She's almost like, it's almost like talking to my dog.
She was hot though, in Bell Book and Candle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just say, you know, people mistake.
I'll jump right in there.
Okay. And I want to just say one more time that makes you feel like a child because you can go back in time and all that. Also, don't you think we should invite everybody, all in Lake County, out here to
I
see?
think if you haven't experienced Uncle Al's, you're really missing something in your life, and you're just probably a very shallow individual. So you're always welcome here with open arms. I mean, we love everybody. We love our customers, and it's
I know
just
you
a
do.
great
I
place
know
to
you
visit.
personally. You're a good man. Uncle Al is a wonderful guy. You got to come by and see this store because it's a real treat, especially if you're out just shopping around and all that. Al, want to thank you, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for letting us come by and do this, and I hope you put up with my craziness. And I want to thank personally Dan Kyle for playing his stuff right out front of the store.